Good morning. We're going live, it says here. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're all doing well. I'm in a different spot today. I'm in a hotel room down doing ACC training. My name's Greg Mester, Agile Coach and Scrum Master. And we do 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. And we talk about Agile and Scrum in a way of practical and tactical ideas. We're going to talk a little bit differently today just because I'm out of town doing some training and some items and just watching some things going on and just share that thoughts and how it applies to an Agile and Scrum type methodology. I hope everybody's doing well. It's Sunday. It's about 6 o'clock. It's a little bit later than normal, but that's okay. It's Sunday. And so I had one idea I wanted to talk about, but since I didn't have my whiteboard, I'm going to talk about that later, and that's a coaching wheel. But today I want to talk about two things. One, writing stuff down, and two, I normally don't get to watch TV, so I was watching some TV because you're in a hotel and you get more channels, right? I saw the show The Profit. If anybody see that, that's the one on the financial shows. A guy goes around and helps businesses with what they do, and he calls himself the show is The Profit. How's the profit in business? So I want to talk about what he does. It's very similar to what we do in an Agile and Agile world here. So first, I want to talk about writing stuff down. I had a discussion the other day, and I always look at lean type operations. And during the discussion, one of the technical people said, well, the people can just go talk to their lead tech and find out how to do it. I go, well, is it written down somewhere, right? And they're like, well, they know what it is. They just go and talk to them. And I'm like, so these lead techs that are super busy in the organization in a very unlean type manner, they have time to spend 20, 30 minutes with people to explain basic stuff that they shouldn't really have to. And I think people don't get that. They think it's job security, but in reality, it's inefficient. And it's not really job security because your job is really to get the team to produce more, to improve the process, to get the team to the next level. It's not to handle basic stuff, right? And I don't think sometimes people get that. And the idea is that in the Scrum and Agile, we want to work very lean so that we can spend more time coming up with new ways of doing stuff better, quicker, faster, make more money, right? And also, so you go home, because if you're spending your time doing the normal stuff, there's no time for you to do the stuff that really accelerates the business and shows us new ways of doing things. So my real question is, how useful are you really, right? Because if a business wanted to stay the same, then it never grows. No one makes any more. There's no increase in profit, no increase in revenue because it's the same level, right? So the idea is that you find new ways of doing it so that you're spending less time doing the old way. You make more money off whatever you were doing previously. So it's just something a lean concept, but one of the things I'd like to recommend to people, Scrum Masters, Agile coaches out there, stressing some things that just have them written down so that when you hire some new people on the team and bring them on, you could just point to it. It takes 30 seconds to have that conversation. Go to this wiki site, right? Go. Here's how our login information is all set up. If you got any issues, then you can come to me and I'll help you set it up. But you don't need to handhold them. Most of the time we hire professionals. They can handle, you're telling them the right code, right? They can write code, but they can't read the thing to log in and do all that stuff. Most of them pretty much, unless they're brand new in the business and haven't really done it before, they're pretty competent at doing that. And even that, there's people in the group that can help them walk them through that process. Someone who's never coded before or never been on orders, like if I came in and did it, that would be another story. I'm going to need a lot of help, but most people don't. So one of the things I just for lean, just writing stuff down. Maybe I'm from Missouri and how I do. And for those that don't know, Missouri, they call it the show me state. And I say that a lot. I say, hey, I'm from Missouri, even though I'm not. I say, I'm from Missouri. Show me what you got. So people say, oh, yeah, they know what to do. Well, is it written down? Well, they go talk to them. So is it written down? And very simple. I ask that question a lot. Is it written down? And to a point where they hopefully will get it and they'll write the stuff down, because what I'm trying to do is save them time. so they could do other stuff. And sometimes they don't think about taking the time to write. No, if something you're going to do a lot of times over and people ask you the same question over again, it's time to write it down in a wiki. That's my piece of advice for those people. And I coach to that. That's one of the it's about being lean, is right. So you're not just coaching agile, you're coaching lean. So I coach a lot of people to do that. So that's first part. Second part, and this is 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I'm on the road, so we're in the road. Hopefully this is working because I got a hotel connection, and I probably just jinxed myself. I shouldn't do that. But the other thing is, I was watching a show called The Prophet, and the guy is very interesting. He's very pointed, but he's flexible. He's soft, but he's pointed. It's very interesting dynamic, and very much like an agile leader. And the reason why I say that is that he doesn't spend a lot of time telling the people exactly what to do. Some places you get where I got to tell you exactly everything to do, but he doesn't do that, right? He says, he looks at what's going on and gives them advice or something like, hey, the episode was some coconut guy who's trying to sell coconut. So he'd say, hey, I need to know your financial sheets. Go create up your financial sheets. He doesn't tell them how to write a financial sheet. He just tells them he needs a financial sheet. And that's a little bit, that's like the product owner, right? Product owners shouldn't tell coders how to code. They assume they know how to program in C+ or C# or Java or JavaScript, whatever the language, .NET, whatever the language is. They understand that, so they shouldn't have to tell them. They shouldn't have to tell them where to go get the data, right? The customer said, I just need your financial sheet. So your job is to present that to me at the end of the sprint. So your job as a team, okay, how do we build a financial sheet? So they go through that part, right? But when the people don't show up, and this is where the show me, where we just talked about writing stuff down, you didn't prove to me you know what you're doing. Sooner or later, the customer gets turned off and will walk away, right? Because you're not saying the truth. Same thing goes with Scrum and Agile. You commit to doing something. If you can't meet your commitments, sooner or later your customer will walk. It's a fact. I mean, some people like, oh, we got this base. And says, yeah, fine. That's a short-term thinking. You got that base. Sooner or later, that customer will walk over time. And then to get that customer back, it ain't going to happen, right? Because how long it took you to get off is how long it'll take them to get back. So if you don't have the attitude where you can get the stuff done and meet your commitments, like I'll deliver you that financial sheet in a week, and you consistently can't meet those commitments, sooner or later the customer will walk. So that's the same thing in Agile Scrum. It says, hey, I want this computer to be mobile, right? I don't want to go into everything else. I just want what we have here to be mobile. That's all I need. How it breaks down when it looks, different story, but I just want it to be on mobile so that I can do what I do on my laptop on a mobile. There's not much more to that. It's just the same functionality. There may be some MVP. Then you go down and break down, okay, if we were to do that, we can't get you all of it like today. What would be the first couple things that you would want to transition to mobile? That's the follow-up question. Those are the follow-up questions that we as tech and people have to ask the business. Okay, now prioritize. Now this is Agile coaching, right? So, but anyway, I'm off tangent. But I would like to say from a servant leader or a leader perspective, and what Prophet says, he doesn't tell them what to do, or no, he tells them what he wants, right? It's very interesting watching the show. If you watch a show for a couple of them, you'll see. He tells them what he wants, doesn't tell them how to do it. He wants to know whether or not they have the wherewithal to be a partner or be an investor in that company, because if they don't, he's not going to bother investing his money. So that's the same thing with their teams. Don't tell the people how to do their job. You don't have time. He's a multi-millionaire. I don't know how much money he makes. Millions and millions of dollars, right? He doesn't have time to show you what to do. Just like in the world of tech. Like if you're a lead tech or you're a manager, you don't have time to handhold everybody in what they do. You shouldn't worry about checking. It says, I just want to see your finished product. I just want to see what the end. You do what you do inside, and I want to see the end. Now, if you're a new person, then maybe just evaluate a couple times, but after a couple weeks, shouldn't have to do that. So with that, I'm going to end it early because we are on the road. It is a Sunday, and I hope everybody's having a great time over the weekend, having some fun. And come Monday, you'll share some fun things. And with that, happy scrumming. See you on Monday. Take care. Bye.